Hey everybody, Jeremy Weiss here with Weiss Tech Hockey, and in this video I've got a really good drill. It's called the Bednár Skating Warm-up Drill. I named it that myself. This drill was sent to me by my good buddy Jan Bednár. He's out in Slovakia and he sends me drills quite often. So on a fairly regular basis he's sending me really good drills, and I take them, test them out, and pass the best ones off to you guys. So that's what I'm calling this one, Bednár Skating Warm-up Drill. And I didn't know what to expect with this drill exactly when I did it. We did it with a fairly large group. On our college team, we have the rostered players, and then we have a development squad as well. So there was about 27 skaters on the ice that day. And so I wasn't sure how it would work out, but it worked out really well. There was minimal standing around between turns. So this is a half ice drill. We'll pull up the rink. I'll show you kind of what we've got going on. You can run this as a half ice drill, or what we did, since we had so many people, is we ran it both sides at the same time. So here's the setup. If you're just using half ice, obviously just cut it in half. We've got two cones kind of at the edge of the circle there. And then in a same line with these cones, we've got an additional two cones. And we've got two lines, so one line facing this direction at the inner hash mark there, and then this line is facing this direction at the blue line there. So let's go ahead. I'll show you how this works. It looks a little bit more complicated on paper than it actually is in the actual flow of the drill, but then we've got an animation afterwards that will show you to kind of give you an idea of what it should actually look like on the ice. So to start the drill, the first player of each line is going to leave with a puck. So technically you don't need a whole stack of pucks here. Really you only need one puck per line, but throw a few extras down there just in case somebody loses it along the way. On the whistle, first player leaves out of each line. Okay, this guy's going to come up around this cone, and as he's turning around the cone, he's going to pivot and go backwards with the puck. So this is a lot of skating, a lot of agility, and really good puck control. In situations where you're pivoting, a lot of different stuff you're working on here. So you're going to skate backwards around the edge of the cones. Okay, and then as you're opening up around that final cone, this guy's going to pivot back to forward again. Okay. Again, quick transitions on these pivots. So as you're coming out from backward to forward, explode into full speed forward, come down, and then as you're turning around the bottom of this circle, pivot to backwards again. Okay, so this player is pivoting backwards up around the edge, and then as he gets to about here, he's going to pass to the next player in this line. Okay, so this drill is going continuous. I'll show you what's going on at the other side. So while this guy's going, the other player is doing his route, which looks like this. So he's going to leave skating backwards with a puck down and around the bottom of the circle. Okay, as he gets to about that hash mark, he's going to open up. I should say he or she is going to open up. Okay, explode full speed forward. Come up around these two cones. So we've got two sets of cones, right? Pivot to backwards again if you haven't guessed. And then as you're coming around that final cone, you're going to open up again into forward skating. And then cut across the blue line, probably about halfway across. And then you're going to fire a hard pass cross ice to the next player in this line. So the next player in line doesn't leave until he or she picks up that pass, and then it's just a continuous drill, perpetual skating. So obviously let's just finish this out. We'll change the color just to keep it clear. But after this player makes that pass, he or she skates into the back of this line. Then after this player makes the pass, he or she skates into the back of this line. So you're constantly changing lines, constantly working. And then what I would say is do this for about 5 minutes and then change sides. So you shift the cones over, change the lines over, so that way you're working. I mean, this really does still work on pivots and everything in both directions, but just to make sure you're hitting all the different angles and patterns, switch sides after about 5 minutes. But this one turned out really good because both guys are going at the same time, because you can run it for 4 different lines at the same time. There was minimal wait time. It was actually just about the perfect amount of wait time, just enough for the guys to catch their breath. And then the drill itself is a long enough route that they're really pushing themselves to go full speed for the entire time. and then get a good little bit of a rest before they have to go again. So it's about the perfect work to rest ratio, and worked really well with our group. So like I said, that's the Bednár Skating Warm-up. Now check out the animation to kind of see what it looks like in motion. So again, that's your Bednár Skating Warm-up Drill. Great drill. Make sure your players are executing it at full speed, maintaining good puck control, and staying low on their pivots. You can pick up the PDF printout, drill draw, and hockey share import files for this drill at weisstechhockey.com, or just make sure you click the link in the description. And if you find these drills useful or beneficial for your team, make sure you click like on YouTube or share it on Facebook, or just help spread the word in general. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.